Never gonna die!
Alright, what's poppin', everybody, and surprise, surprise, Halo Infinite has arrived, and a little bit early at that, so I want to get y'all right for matchmaking. I want to put y'all and send y'all into the playlists and have y'all right so y'all can be fragging, putting up numbers, dropping bombs, impressing your friends, absolutely dominate your enemies. So I got some simple tips, some day one tips that'll help you improve fast. You know, maybe you're new to Halo, maybe you haven't played in a while, maybe you're jumping back in, or maybe you're just looking for some new tips to improve at the new game. So I got you, bro. Alright, so first things first, we're going to talk about the aiming and the shooting in the game. Just to start with the BR, because the BR is the main competitive gun. I like the BR a lot in this game. It's very fun to use, it's very satisfying. It has a lot of auto aim in this game. It's pretty easy. Red Reticle is pretty generous with it. And so because of that, you just kind of want to be easy and precise with it. I would say you want to left stick a little bit more, which means basically if you're on a controller, you want to use obviously your left thumbstick for your movement, or if you're on mouse and keyboard, you want to mainly use your arrow keys as opposed to right sticking or aiming. Basically, the best way I can describe it is you want to walk into your shots, if that makes any sense. Just basically try to make the kills as easy as possible on yourself. Don't move your reticle when you don't need to. Just try to take easy and precise shots and calmly get your kills. And one way to do that is to pay attention to your reticle placement, which a lot of people don't know about. Alright, ladies and gents, so when we're talking about reticle placement, basically what I'm talking about here is where you keep your reticle on your screen. So obviously, your reticle's in the center of your screen, and you want to keep it in the most advantageous position possible. So you want the least amount of movement possible between you and the enemy. You want to basically make it as easy as possible on yourself to track the enemy with your cursor, right? So you don't want to walk around looking at the ground or looking at the sky. You basically want to already have your cursor where you think the enemy is going to be. So if I'm right here and I'm fighting a guy right here, I'm going to have my cursor over here. So when I walk around the corner, I basically am ready to fight this guy right here. Or if there's a guy above here and he might jump out right here, and I know he's going to jump out right here, I'm not going to have my cursor right here so that when I have to fight him, all of a sudden I have to look up and take that time to look up. I'm just going to go ahead and look here and follow where I think he's going to be and create the least amount of work for myself as possible, trying to track my targets. Some of the other guns can be a little hard to master as well. The sidekick has bloom as well as the commando. So with the sidekick, I would say you want to pace your shots a little bit to let your bloom reset. So don't go full firing speed. Let off the trigger a little bit. Pace your shots, slow and steady a little bit, and you'll probably have some better accuracy with it. As well as with the commando, I would say it's more advantageous to sort of tap fire with that or let off the trigger after 4 or 5 bullets, as opposed to letting it go full auto. The commando also has bloom, so if you just hold down on the trigger, your reticle is going to be expanding, and basically when that reticle expands, when we're talking about bloom, it makes it to where the bullet spread is completely random, so you're losing all that precision. So if you're holding down the trigger or rapid firing with the sidekick, it's basically going to ruin your aim. So you definitely, Halo is one of those games where accuracy is paramount and you want to be precise, so definitely pacing your shots, letting your reticle reset, tap firing with the commando, all those things are going to help you be more accurate and get your kills more efficiently. Next thing up, we're going to talk about the movement mechanics. So the movement mechanics, I would say, are very reminiscent of Halo 5's. Obviously, we have the sliding and clambering, which is very reminiscent of Halo 5's mechanics. And so I would say use all that to your advantage, and you can obviously put that into your strafe as well. There's no thrusting in this game, so the strafing is probably going to be a little more straightforward, you know, a little bit of left, right, left. Throw some crouching in there. Crouch strafing is good in this game. Definitely, you want to practice your strafing and your crouch strafing, which if you want to work on that, go into Octagon, shoot bots. You know, I think we'll probably get Forge here in a few months, so we'll probably get access to some Octagons, or somebody will make a map. I don't know how long that'll take. But yeah, shoot some bots, basically go at it with your friends in customs on 1v1s. Just work on your strafing and try to get up on that on that 1v1 skill. Basically, when talking about strafing, the best sort of advice I can give you about that is to not go crazy overboard with your strafe. A lot of people will try to do so much with their strafe, crouching, moving around, sliding, jumping off of stuff, that they forget to shoot their guns accurately. So you obviously want to make sure that you are shooting your gun and winning your fight and being calm and collected, rather than freaking out and jumping around everywhere and doing all sorts of crazy shit with your movements. So you definitely want to find that balance of trying to move around and be unpredictable and hard to hit by the enemy, but also you don't want to throw yourself off, and you want to make sure that you are actually able to hit your shots. So really quickly next, I just want to talk about positioning. Basically, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Your positioning on the map is everything. Halo is a game of precision and momentum, and so you want to put yourself in advantageous positions at all time. And basically an easy way to remember that is you never want to be in an open spot of the map, you never want to be down low on the map. Typically, a general rule of thumb is height advantage is good, so being up high on the map, being in an area where you are in cover, you can see lots of points on the map, you are shooting down on the enemies, maybe you can see long sight lines into their spawn. You basically just want to put yourself in an advantageous position where you are putting easy shots down on the enemies, and the enemies are going to have difficult shots trying to kill you. So along with that, you definitely want to utilize cover. You can peek shot, you can just try to be annoying and definitely do little things like that. Nextly, this one probably seems obvious if you've played Halo before, but if you are new to Halo, it might be something that's a little bit more difficult to keep track of. But power weapons and power-ups is definitely something that you have to keep in mind at all times. Halo is a game of runs and momentum, and all of that is dictated by the power weapons and power-ups on the map. So typically for each map there will be a rocket launcher or a sniper rifle, or there will also be an overshield or a camo. There's a lot of pickups on the maps, and they come up typically every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes. So it's easier in Halo Infinite than it was in the older games. They have weapon pads that basically tell you, starting at 30 seconds from when the thing comes up, when a power-up or a power weapon comes up. So if you look around the map, there will probably be, on any given map, there will probably be a weapon pad around that has some sort of gun popping up on it, whether it be a power weapon or a power-up. So you want to pay attention to those at all times. You obviously want to control those, because whoever controls those is in the best position to win the maps. So obviously, by controlling them, you want to make sure that you get them when they come up. So definitely, you want to try to not die when power-ups and power weapons are coming up. You want to try to play around them, put yourself in advantageous positions to get them, make it hard on the enemies to get them. The next thing I would say is to play your life and to value your life. I would say be intentional about everything that you do. I think the #1 mistake that I see a lot of players make in these games is they just start sprinting off spawn. So definitely make sure that you are making a decision about everything that you're doing. Don't just be running around in autopilot, just kind of doing whatever, shooting whatever. Make sure you're thinking about what you're doing. You're making a conscious decision to go help your teammates, go move for an objective, try to make a flank to get behind the enemies. Make sure everything that you're doing has a purpose. And along with that, make sure you're being a difficult kill. You don't just want to be sprinting out into the middle of the map, dying, getting shot from everywhere. You don't just want to be running in less advantageous positions or throwing yourself at the objective over and over again. Make sure you're a difficult kill. I would say use the movement and the mechanics to your advantage. Try to stay alive, get your shields back. You can re-peek, you can be annoying, but definitely try to make it as hard as possible for the enemies to kill you. If you get weak, if you get shot, run away and get your shields back. You don't have to re-challenge. Go run away and get your shields back and make the enemy have to search for you. Just be annoying, use cover, play your life, pay attention to where your teammates are. All of those things will help you do better in-game. Yeah, all that stuff is just sort of general game awareness, and that's the #1 thing that I think will help people improve. So my best advice for that is to just grind the game. If you just play a lot, if you get your reps in, if you play all the maps, all the game types, eventually you're going to start learning things and picking it up. Halo is it's a very complicated game, and it's very tough to master, and it's definitely not going to come overnight. So Halo is a game that you got to play and you got to work at, and like I said, it's incredibly tough to master. So if you are coming over from a new game, or if you are an old Halo fan that maybe has been out of the game for a while, or maybe you're just having trouble adapting to these mechanics, don't give up. Definitely persevere a little bit. We have a lot of different tools that you can use in this game to basically help you out and to help you improve. So my advice would be for the sidekick and for the battle rifle or for the sniper, if you want to learn how to use all those weapons, I would say learn them and learn how they shoot and just get some reps in with them. Go use the academy. There's weapon drills, there's training, there's a tutorial mode. You can go shoot bots. But we are able in Halo Infinite to take whatever gun you want and go shoot that gun as much as you want at bots or at targets on the firing range or whatever until you are good with that weapon. So if there's a gun that you're frustrated with or that you don't know how to use, if you just want to learn the weapons more, go try out the academy stuff for sure. But yeah, that's going to do it for me today and my simple day one tips. I hope those were helpful. I hope some of those things are going to help you guys improve and get out there and start putting up numbers in matchmaking. Let me know how you guys are enjoying the early access to Infinite that we have so far. Obviously, we have a little bit of early access stuff with this sort of multiplayer beta, and then we'll get the full release December 8th with the campaign and the rest of the multiplayer stuff. But yeah, let me know how you're liking it. We got a ton of new content coming, so make sure to subscribe if you're new. We do stuff like this all the time. I'm doing tips. I'm doing live gameplays. We're doing stream highlights. We're streaming all the time. All type of crazy stuff. All type of lit content going down on this channel. Videos like literally every day. I'm doing all type of stuff. But yeah, I love you guys. Go grind some Halo Infinite. Much respect. As always, stay tuned.